Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Tuesday, September the 6th, 2016, and today in our Tech News Update, we have Samsung that is apparently thinking of a hybrid smartphone. Some sketches have been appearing on the internet, and apparently they show a kind of a smartphone where there's an app that you can click on, and it switches between a Windows phone and an Android phone. That would be an extremely interesting experiment, and I could say that if a good phone would come out with this, I would be one of the first ones that would want one of these. So, is it something they will do? Is it something that they thought of but will never be there? I don't know. But that idea I really love. So, hopefully, it's in the making, and maybe next year we'll have a surprise and have some kind of hybrid phone. Well, Windows 10 market share is actually still climbing at a good pace, even though the free upgrade ended at the end of July. According to net market share, Windows 10 market share in August rose nearly 2% to place itself near 25%. And apparently, the sales of Windows 10 licenses is actually not bad. So it's kind of interesting. A lot of people didn't get the free version, but for some reason it seems that there's healthy sales in the paid version of Windows 10. Kind of interesting. So quarter of all computers around the world now running Windows 10. That is a good number, and that is probably very positive for Microsoft also after the end of the free upgrade. Well, interesting note here that I don't know why, but Adobe is actually reviving Flash on Linux. They had abandoned Linux Flash versions, and basically they just didn't want to have Flash versions on Linux anymore. But for some reason, they've decided to release a brand new updated version for Linux. So if for some reason you need Flash on Linux for a website or for something, check it out. A new version is now available for Linux. Well, Barack Obama was talking about how, Russia and China is hacking the United States, and he kind of sent a plea out and saying, look, let's not hack each other. And one of the reasons he gave is because the US will win. Now, I think that's a little simplistic, and given the needs that Russia and China have in the hacking side, I can tell you that it's not sure that the US will win. But I think it's kind of a plea in saying, look, you know what? Let's just calm down here and stop being childish and hack each other. Of course, it will have no effect and everybody will hack each other, but the United States is hacking China and Russia also. It's just what's the cyber war and what's going on. Well, it seems last week we were talking about how RAM will be 1,000 times faster using carbon nanotubes. Well, it seems that Intel and AMD are looking at making really fast CPUs using also carbon nanotubes. It seems that this could be the miracle of maybe the next few years. Everything would be moving apparently from silicon into carbon nanotubes. Apparently, the promise with this is immense, and that it will give much, much faster devices. Well, Rambler.ru is a kind of a search engine in Russia, and in 2012 it was hacked. There was a breach. In that 2012 breach, some companies have been starting to look at the data, and that February 2012 breach apparently contains in the clear 98 million Yahoo and ICQ and of course Rambler email and passwords. And apparently that means don't take a chance if you've been using the same password on Yahoo or ICQ or Rambler.ru if you're a user of that site since 2012. I think it's really, really time that you change all of that. Apparently, it's all in the clear, which means the person that actually got access to it did not even have access to a list that has encrypted stuff. It had access to a list that actually has the passwords in the clear. And finally, Ireland will be saying and will be, of course, challenging the European Commission on the $14 billion demand that Apple needs to repay in taxes. Ireland was stating that no, we had a deal with Apple, and it's a good deal for Ireland, and basically we will be challenging the European Commission on this demand. So interesting. You see that Ireland is kind of backing Apple here, and we'll see what's going to happen with that in the near future, of course. So this was the Tech News Update for Tuesday, September 6, 2016. Today is live show day at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today, 1900 hours UTC. 90 minutes of answering your questions. And at 6 p.m. we have Learn the Tech Show. Today is the history of Apple. Last week we had a little glitch, but this week we're going to go through with all the shows. It's going to be quite interesting. So thank you so much for watching our videos and hope you enjoy our channel.